right, for these problems where you need to determine whether the functions are continuous, it says use a graphing calculator. You guys will be using Desmos. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it and walk you through it so that when you get to these problems for homework, you know how to do it. So your first function is f of x equals x squared. Right? If you need to raise it to the power, you do shift and it'll lift that up. X. And then you hit the shift 6, which means it's the caret. That's what you're doing. Okay, so that's f of x equals x squared. Now you have g of x equals x cubed minus x squared over x minus 1. What you need to do is you need to use parentheses for the numerator, x cubed minus x squared. Close the parentheses, then do the division sign. So that's the button right next to the shift. And then do x minus 1. So what we see right here is these two functions look identical. The reason why they look identical is because this numerator right here can actually be simplified into x squared times x minus 1 if we were able to factor, which we can. Okay? So this gives us this function right here. And there we go. So it is saying we have two continuous functions. But what I want to look at is right here. We've got this x minus 1 over x minus 1. You guys know that if you have the same number over itself, it can cancel out. With this problem, there is a value when x equals 1 that our function, there you go, is undefined. You can see that open circle right there where it says 1 comma undefined. The reason why it is undefined is because this right here, this x minus 1, makes the denominator go to 0. So it makes, when x is 1, you can't divide by 0, so it makes it undefined. And when we have the same value over itself, it cancels out. So it gives us this little hole. If you see, it's solid, and then it's open immediately. If I can get back to that point, right there at 1 comma undefined. So something to look about when you do these problems and you graph is to zoom in and use the logic-based reasoning. I'm going to give you guys an example. One of the homework problems I'm going to do with you next, but that's the first piece.